Hi guys, welcome. It is time for another sketchbook tour. Sketchbook 26 is all finished and I'm gonna be going through every single page with you guys today. So first things first, the sketchbook. The artwork is from Alphonse Mucha, which is one of my favorite artists ever, and right after I finished the sketchbook, like a couple days later, I actually visited Prague and I got to see his work in real life and it was just the best. I can make an entire video about that, but I'll keep it short. So this sketchbook I actually bought in Japan. I don't know if it has a brand, it just says Art Print Japan, maybe that's a brand, there's a link. I'll get into the sketchbook later, why I liked it or why I didn't like it. Let's start. So as you can see, it is a spiral bounce, and one other thing is that the paper has little squares. It's a grid. You might be able to tell. It's actually not that visible on camera. So I had to work with that, but I didn't mind that much actually. This is the first page kind of. Here you have my name and my ad in case the sketchbook ever got lost, which luckily it didn't. It's on this very cute kiki paper, and then there is a couple blue period stickers right here. And then the first page, I started the sketchbook back in April and I finished it like a couple weeks ago. I actually did like 3/4 of it, I think, in the last month. Like probably around here. This was like the first month, and then just like, because I was very busy with school, and then school ended and I was just like, I rushed through the sketchbook and I wanted to have it finished before I went on holiday, and I actually did finish it the day that I left. Anyways, it says welkom in Dutch because I wanted to write welcome, but then it wouldn't fit, and in Dutch it's one letter less, so it did fit. So yeah, welkom. 26, that's me, and then the dates, that's it. It's not very special, I didn't feel like doing much. There's actually like mostly pencil, like graphite pencil in the sketchbook. My previous sketchbook, I really forced myself to use lots of colored pencil, lots of colors, because I felt like the sketchbook was very thin, and if I didn't like make every page look pretty, then it wouldn't be good enough or something, and I was like, that's so stupid. So in this sketchbook I actually just used graphite most of the time, and I was like, if that's what I want to use, then that's what I'm gonna use, and it's completely fine. We started with some hand studies because I'm really bad at drawing hands, and I haven't done any studies since this, I think, and I really need to improve my hands, but this one is definitely from memory because it looks kind of bad. And these are just some sketches from Pinterest probably. Then I did a whole bunch more hand drawings. These are 30 seconds, so that's really quick. I just wanted to like get started in the sketchbook. 1 minute, 4 minutes. Yeah, they're not. This one's pretty good. I'm not gonna be negative in this video. They're fine. Here I was very busy with school, so I wasn't really drawing much. So when I did, it was kind of forced. I did draw some of my shrimps though, which is really cute. And this was definitely from Pinterest. This is some hats from different angles that I drew from memory to see how well I know how, like, the face, and they're not very good. The thing with this sketchbook is it's a spiral bounce, and I really dislike spiral bounce. I've had a couple in the past, and I told myself I wouldn't buy any more spiral bounce, but I just thought I couldn't let this be, so I bought it. And I was like, maybe I don't dislike spiral bounce as much as I used to. No, I did. I don't understand how people can draw with a spiral bounce. I guess they don't draw on the other page. So many of the spreads are, like, the page on the left is either completely flipped or just drawn sideways like this. So there's two portraits here. I think they're kind of funny. And then on the other side, this is really bled. We have Hatsune Miku. This was already in May. And some pen sketches. I always have at least one page in my sketchbook where I draw with pen, but I don't like the feel of pen. Here, this is already a week later. This is the 8th. This is the 16th. So yeah, I really wasn't drawing much. This is like the exercise I saw, and I was like, maybe that'll warm my hand up, and I have some really bad sketches. And then that same day, I guess, I drew some fish. I like this one. It's a new etc. It's very cute, and I also like this one. I drew this with like the chunkiest pencil that I own, which is this one. It's kind of hard to get details in, but it's really fun. Oh my, okay. It's gonna be so much flipping. I'm gonna get rid of that. Also, look at this. I bought this in Prague as well. There's like jewelry in here, but it's just so pretty. Okay. This is a redraw actually, but it didn't even turn out better than the original, so. And then these two are actually redraws as well from old pieces that are up on my Instagram. This is Cassandra from Tangled. Love her, absolutely love her. And then Ningguo, this one actually, it was kind of a redraw of an old piece, and then I redrew that. No, I just redrew Ningguo, and I'm really happy with how that piece turned out. These are some squids and a very hungry caterpillar. I still think that's a really bad name in English. I like this fish. Look how cute he is. Next page, we have more fish. Oh, I drew this during an online class. The trains were once again not running, so I couldn't get to school. So we had this hybrid class, both online and offline, and it was so bad. And it really reminded me of the COVID period when we had online classes, and I would just draw during class, every class. So I drew. I like this blue one. That's very cute. I like the shrimpers, and just these are honestly really cute. And then we have some Pinterest. That's a mermaid, I think. That's really weird. Why did I think it was May. So I drew a mermaid, and that one's I kind of like that one. Pretty nice. Another flip. This was still during that class, I think. I don't know. This is a grape girl. I found this on Pinterest. I do not know the original artist. I will see if I can find it. And then this Miku figure that I redrew because I love her. Look how cute she is. And then we have more Hatsune Miku. My last sketchbook was full of Hatsune Miku, and this one might be as well. This one's really cute. I like that. It's not my normal art style, but this one's also nice. This is Miku-chan. This one is upside down. I drew Raiden from Genshin. It's not bad. I actually kind of like it. I think it's neat. Look at the little birdie. That's adorable. Yeah. This I also drew during class. How much did I draw? Oh, I don't think, no, I didn't. I lied. I didn't draw these during class. I drew these and the next one. So we have some fruits, and then fish, shapy fish, very cute. That one's also very cute. And then this blob challenge I did during class because I was like, what else do I do? And we have another Hatsune Miku. This is kind of like an angel Miku, and I use gold. Do you see that? That's great, I love that. Here I was going through some of my colored pencils. This one was so cute. I kind of messed it up and made it unclear with the other colors while coloring in, but it was really cute. And these are just like random sketches. I was testing which pencils actually work. Many of them were really bad quality, so I gave them away. Today, Ayana Mirai. I love her so much. So there's some sketches of her. Ooh, this is, I'll see if I can find my original, but I did some drawing from life from my shrimps, and then I actually drew these from memory, I think, right after. Or I redrew some of my drawings for some reason. I just wanted some in my sketchbook as well. And this is, wait, a redraw from this fish. There we go, it's a redraw from this fish. Very cute. I bought this in Arnhem actually. And I just drew it from like the fish, different angles. And we got, this was definitely a study from Micha, and this is some notes on storytelling, I guess. I don't know where I got those from, but I kind of like these smileys, those are cute. These are definitely some one-line drawings. We got one there, and then a whole bunch on the bottom. I think I like this one. That's, oh, this is so much flipping. This was also a redraw from, oh, this is actually a redraw from Uniqlo. I went to Uniqlo and they were like, hey, you want a magazine? I was like, yes, please, and I took it without buying anything. But I think this one's nice. It's like a scene. I don't do that very often. We got another color page. They are rare in the sketchbook. I redrew this Miku painter figurine, I think. Kind of like these colors. I love blue and orange. Complementary are some of my favorite colors ever. These, I think this one is so funny. These are some sketches that I drew during class. I have this truck. I have two of these, and there were just papers in there. So when I was bored during class, I would just sketch. And this is a compilation of that. So this was at the end of the year. So I did this, now it's the end of June, and I started it in April. So that's like a month or two in. That's 2 months in. That's almost exactly 2 months in, and then I finished it in the month after. So like I said, this was 1 month, this was 2 months, and this was 1 month, so I was on a roll. This is definitely a limited color palette spread. In my in another sketchbook that I have, Sketchbook 18, I believe, I really did these like limited color palette spreads, and they were just like, they were so much fun to do, and they looked so aesthetically pleasing. But with these spiral bounds, it just doesn't hit as hard, right? But I do like this color palette. I think it's nice. Here I just like played with the distribution of colors in some Pinterest sketches. This is when I started like kind of studying art to improve. So I started with values, and that's some notes here. I have a video about this, and I did some master studies and I just like simplified them to 2 values, and I did the exact same here, and I got some more notes, some composition, I guess. This, ooh, I also have a video about this, but this is when I went to Ado's concert, her Hibana tour, and I had to seat like very, very high up, and I could see the box from the side and the front, and the rest was just stage. Like you weren't allowed to take any pictures or videos at the concert, not before, during, or after, or you would just be asked to leave. And I was really afraid to take a picture, obviously, because I wasn't allowed. So I had my sketchbook with me, and I was like, you know what? We're drawing that, because I didn't want to forget the site that I beheld at that point. This is also the venue, the other side. It's kind of bad, but like this is all stage, and it was all filled with people. There were so many people. And then the concert still hadn't started, so I redrew some people around me. These were like the people who were like walking here. There was like a line here that I didn't actually draw. No, here, where people were walking. So I drew them from very, very far away. And I did the exact same here. These were 2 people that were sitting in front of me. Those probably as well. And these were all just like pretty much this tiny is how I saw them in real life. So I couldn't really, and they were moving, so I couldn't really spend a lot of time on each drawing. But this I started, and then the concert actually started, so I didn't see anymore. And then when I came back, I redrew the poster, which is that one. And then my art studies continued. I was still tackling values. This is still the same week, but this time it's 3 value studies. These are actually so much fun to do. These are actually from some like modern artists, I guess, mostly, except for Leyendecker, that I also did some studies of. We have more notes, a lot of notes. This is really random. I drew Kim Possible, it's kind of bad. And then some 2 statues. These are some... My voice is kind of bad. I kind of have like a cold for like the past 2 weeks. These are some Madoka sketches. I redrew some cosplayers that I found on Pinterest. You've probably seen these images before. I really like these 2. I think they're neat. Just neat. This is from the British Museum. I have this guide that I never really look at, but I grabbed it and I redrew some of the like objects that they have in the British Museum. And these are some more cosplay redraws. This time Mami, mostly. I haven't seen Madoka in like a long time. I've only seen it once. These were also from the British Museum, apparently. I kind of like these outline drawings. Those are neat. And then I was drawing some Pinterest like steampunk thingies, and I was watching one of Cynic's Designs videos, I think, and I thought it was really interesting, so I took some notes as I was drawing. This... okay. We got Howl from House Moving Castle. This man is so pretty. I love him. I really like this one. I think that's nice. I wanted to like figure out a way that I wanted to draw him, so I took some notes as well. And then I just continued. You'll see more of him in the sketchbook. These are some more sketches. Kinda neat. Ooh, this was one next up. I did studies for like a week about different subjects like values and color and everything, and next I wanted to do composition, but then I didn't want to do composition, and I ended up doing values again, but like a different branch. So anyways, I took some notes for composition, and then I stopped. This is more Howl and some boots. I'm so bad at drawing boots, and I really need to improve on that, but I like this one, that's why I like outlined it. Ooh, these are some Cassandra sketches because, oh, I love her. I love her. She is everything to me, actually. I kind of like this one. The others aren't that good, but this one's fine. This one's also right. And then tiny sketch, very cute. I did that one from memory to see like what does she look like. I think I did this as I did like my digital like doodles. And this is definitely some Pinterest sketches. I don't really have much to say about that. These are also Pinterest sketches of a soldier. I really want to make a piece with like a soldier, like a female soldier, and then just like a citizen, and it's like, oh my god. Okay, I have plans, don't worry. Fish Miku. I want to draw Miku with like fish in her hair, and have her hair be water, but I haven't done that yet. I like this one, that's nice, and this is a mermaid in a very awkward. Oh no. Yeah, that's pretty much how I feel about this page. Oh, light and shadow, that's right, that's what I did. So there's a lot of notes on that, and then a couple studies. And then there's a whole bunch more notes, but this was so incredibly helpful. It made me understand just like the way light works so much better. There's also a video if you want to watch that. Ooh, I redrew this Hatsune Miku figure that I have. This was like the first figure I bought, I think. Myself, at least. So I redrew that from various angles. Some were more easy than other angles. I really like this one. I think that's one's neat. I just drew so much this week, and honestly, you know, the weeks after, but my hand was very warmed up, so I would say most things turned out. And then I redrew my other figurine, this Ayana Mirai one. It didn't turn out that good. It's very hard, especially from the back. It's just like half hair, half legs. And I didn't plan that and everything, so it didn't turn out that well. This next one, I swear, I'm not this bad at composition. It's so bad. The way these two are pretty much off the page. I redrew these from life. I was waiting on a friend. We were getting a coffee. And they're so bad. But I do like how I did this sketch with a water-based marker and then I drew on top of it. That's very nice. And then this tiny car. Looks very squashed. This is more notes, and then this is where I explained to my friend. I was like frantic about it. I was like, this is how light works and it's so interesting, and she was like, whoa. I was like, whoa, if you say it. And I think I kind of overwhelmed her, but it's fine. This was on the train back, or on my way there, I don't know. It was like, I don't know, this might have been another day. I was in a train. This is the best spot in a Dutch train. It's like, there's a toilet here, but it's not the entrance to the toilet, so you don't like look at the toilet. And there's like Monteano here or something, and then you have this rack. These like chairs that go like that. There's this rack. There's only one 4-seat here, and then there's this 2-seat. And nobody ever sits here unless it's busy, which is half the time, but whatever. And then you have a foot. You can put your foot inside. It's the best spot if you ask me. I like it. These are definitely Pinterest sketches. I remember this girl was like lying down on something, and I didn't know if I conveyed that well. I remember, so to me it kind of does, but the pose is kind of awkward otherwise. So she's lying down, and these are some fingers from Pinterest. This was obviously the same day. It's the same spot. You have this rack, goes like that, and then there's a 4-seater, and then someone went and sat there. It's like, you're in my shot. Oh no, it's the other way around. Someone sat there and then they left. And that's me. More observational drawings. This is my desk. We have Miku, we have my agglomeration of cables that is needed for my tablet, which is insane. The truck, and then some art supplies, and then this is another corner of my room where my aquarium is at. I really like the way the aquarium turned out. I think that's neat. Other than that, the perspective is kind of off. And then we have some cloud studies and some more notes. These are some Asuka drawings from Evangelion as well. They aren't amazing, but it's fine. Some more sketches. It's mostly just Pinterest sketches. I was really just like trying to I just fell in love with drawing again, honestly, and I just really liked putting pencil to paper and just like, look how cute these are. I love art so much. It's great. Another notes. If you can guess who this is, that's great. Because I like this one. This one's nice. I was trying to capture her, but I didn't do very well, but practice makes progress. This I drew from memory for sure, and it doesn't. I can't draw from memory, it's not very good. These were not drawn from memory, that one was. This is Pinterest. I keep stumbling upon this image and I was like, I'll redraw it. That's a silly face, hee hee. And then some tiny sketches. Oh, this is when I started designing my Sona, or just, yeah, like my internet Sona. Just the first sketches of what I wanted, like to figure out the proportions and everything, and just what I want myself to look like. This is when I went to my grandmother. She lives in like a foresty area, so there's a lot of birds in her garden and everything. And there's also this mouse, and I actually redrew this mouse as I was looking at it. It was so adorable. It was so tiny. It was also very far away. My eyes aren't that good. So these are some of the birds and like the birds' houses. I took so many pictures. This is right as I bought my camera. I bought it like the day before this. So I was figuring out how to use a camera. I'm still figuring that out, but I really like these two. I think it's kind of funny how he's looking at himself, just sitting on the ground. I like this arm. It's really nice. The others are fine. And these were some more cosplays, I think. This one's fine. The others aren't. A little rough. We have some pretty girls in pretty dresses because that's... I still love dresses. I don't really like wearing dresses. I actually never wear dresses, but just... I love the way they look. And then we have some figure studies because I hadn't done any in a long time. Oh, that was it. Just 3 and I gave up. Okay, that's fine. We have Hayakawa Aki from Chainsaw Man. This man is so pretty. I was scrolling through my Instagram, like my own page, and I just kept... I might cover that because that's a really bad spoiler. I don't think the anime has reached that far. I'll cover that. I really want to draw him. I think he's so pretty. And then these are some Pinterest sketches. I think I tried drawing a child here from memory, but I don't know children's proportions. This is more for the persona drawing. I just drew myself again, trying to figure out like a chibi form sort of, because I never draw that way. These aren't that good. Well, I think this is the start of when I started drawing a lot of animals. I was drawing like pages and pages each day during this time, so I was drawing a lot of people, and I was like, I wanted to branch out, so I actually drew a bunch of animals. We had this wolf, which is kind of funny, this horse, and then some varied sketches of portraits. I think I got a random animal generator, and I got a, what's that called, porcupine. And oh, porcupines are not easy to draw at all. So I gave up and I moved to goats, which I'm a bit more experienced with drawings. I really like this one. I think that one's really nice. Like, the thing is, I was so warmed up around this time because I was just drawing so much that the lines just flowed and they worked, and it was really, really great. Also unrelated, but I went to the zoo recently, and I did find this really cute porcupine. And porcupines and aardvarks, I always confuse those two, but look at this picture I took of the aardvarks. It's so adorable. Okay, next up we got more goats and sheep, apparently. This one is falling off the page, but I think I like that one. I like all of these, except for that one. That one's not good. Sheep? I wasn't sure if this was sheep. It was just like off Pinterest. And I just continued. We have more goats. I think these are nice. I really like them. I love drawing goats. I don't know what it is about them. They're like simple horses. They're fluffy. You can just like kind of draw an outline and it looks good because there's just fur there. Oh, and this is like the compilation of mountain goats with like a little baby. And there were so many pictures on Pinterest, and I just kept redrawing them because they were adorable. And then I actually tried my hand at some horses and these lanky dogs, and I love these dogs. Don't they look good? Didn't I do great? Like, I think I did pretty well there. And then these horses aren't that good, but oh well. Hua Cheng from Heaven Official's Blessing. So I've been a fan of Heaven Official's Blessing for a couple years now, but I just can't draw men well, and I always felt like I wouldn't be able to draw Hua Cheng, or like Wei Wuxian or Lan Wangju for that matter, because I wouldn't be able to do them justice. But now my art skills have finally developed a little bit, and I think I can finally like tackle man. I have a bunch of these. I did some sketches because I'll show this. This is gonna be so annoying to put back. But this is, as you cannot really see, we'll just go over it. We have Hua Cheng. I wanted to make an animatic. I still do. I'm still planning to do it. I just don't know when. So I kind of drew him as Hong Honger, Sanlang, and just like Wu Ming. I think this one's adorable. Look at him. He's so cute. And then another sunline that was a lot better, and that's Hwa-chang again. So I just wanted to establish what I would draw him as for the different like stages and everything. And I also drew Shilian. I think this one's kind of cute. Look at him standing there. And then also in his Royal Highness form. This one I really like. I think this one looks really neat. It's really not good paper for drawing on, so you can't really see much. And then another Shilian. That's it. I just drew Hwa-chang in like every form. For the animatic that I'm planning to do, I'm actually working on an animatic right now. I worked on it for 6 days straight, or 5. 5 days straight, just from the moment I woke up until the moment I went to sleep. And I was like, I'm gonna take a break, and I didn't work on it yesterday. Anyways, I really like. Oh, this is a redraw. Oh, it's so bad. The original is so bad. I've gotten way better at drawing. So I redrew that one, and then I just drew Shilian a couple more times. Here we have her again, sitting. I think I did pretty well with these. Drawing sitting poses kind of hard, but I like that. This, I actually used some paint pens. They took a while to dry. They're kind of awkward. I didn't have a sketch for them. This, oh my god. Oh, I love women so much, and I almost never draw Wulava or Women Love Women. And I got into this rabbit hole on Pinterest, and I just drew, there were these brides. I drew those, 2 people on the boats, 2 girlies dancing, and then like with flowers. And this made me so happy. I love women so much. Oh, this is, oh, it's barely in focus, really. Okay, this one is stuck in my sketchbook because I figured otherwise I will never look at it again. Like an A3, oh my. Okay, I'm working on, like, I have these fairies. This is not good. I have these fairies that are in my head. This is actually the second one. Why did I, whatever. And I wanted to just like see how they would look like physically and not just in my head. So it was kind of working out what that would look like. I don't want to get into too much detail because I want to keep it in my head until it's like more thought out. Oh, and there's some notes there. And then this one was actually, I think, the first one. I have like a butterfly, which was the previous one, and then a moth, which is this one. So this is really just the very, very beginning stages of the design. I think that one's really, really cute. This one's kind of cool. Wait, where is it? This one I drew from Pinterest, I think, so it's not really my design. That's those. Okay, we'll continue. And then I continued with drawing women. I was actually drawing this as my mother came into my room, and I was like, I'm not drawing anything, bye. Where was it? So that was kind of funny. We have a whole bunch of portraits. How did I fit 9 portraits onto this page? That's actually impressive. Also, we're almost at the end already. I love yapping. My throat doesn't though. We have some Spy Family sketches because I remembered Spy Family exists. All of it except this Anya, I think they're really nice. Even the dog, Bond, his name is Bond, right? I had practiced drawing dogs and it turned out real good. Whatever. And then we have Serena from Tinkerbell and what's that movie called? The Pirates something like. Girl, I didn't know I was gay, but boy did I have a crush on her as a kid. Like, she's fucking gorgeous. I think she's incredible. Notes. Oh, this is. I drew Pacheco. This was like with a thick pen, I just jumped right in. I drew Pacheco, Pompompuren, Keropi. I keep forgetting her name. And Big Challenges. Oh, this, okay, I redrew this. It was like this post that was like, I forgot what it said, but it was like mysterious girl and just like scrawny Birdman or something. The artist is this. I really like that, and I redrew that, and then I don't know what those are. I redrew them again from like my head. And then I got the idea to just like use this scribbly like nonsense, not nonsense, but the scribbly style to draw Hatsune Miku. And this was so much fun. The next couple pages are also her, but it was just, look at this. I think this is like peak. It's peak. Just like scribbles, and it was so much fun to do. I drew this one next. Just like sitting there, and it was, it's so cool. So I drew her again. I really want to draw this digitally and just like refine it a little bit. But I think like traditional kind of works better this way because it is so scribbly, and digitally you have a lot of leeway with erasing and control-ing, and I like that it wasn't possible for this. But I do want to do that. These are some Ash Lynx sketches. I forgot I did these. These two are pretty nice. The others are. This one, I love this one though. I think this is one of the best times, like one of the best drawings of Ash I have. Even though it's like this weird fancy outfit that we was forced into, blah blah blah. I think it's so nice. And these, I like this one. This one's nice. That one as well. And then we have some Ayanami sketches, and I was practicing like drawing with like just like really, I love when people just draw like massive legs and feet, just like really thick legs and really big feet. So I was experimenting a little bit with that one, with that like style, and I did the same here but with Asuka. The faces definitely didn't turn out that well. This one's pretty nice, and it looks nice. I love it. And then I also drew Hatsune Miku with the same stylization, because who else am I gonna draw? And I think they're kind of nice. It was great. Like these legs, that's what I mean. Feet, just like the size of the head. I like that. And then I drew myself, and I actually made like basically like sort of a finished digital sketch with that. I think these are pretty neat. And then we have some more figure drawings, 2 minutes. I think this one's nice. I like that one. I don't remember drawing that, but that one's pretty nice. It's a redraw from that one because that one didn't turn out, I think. Something like that. That was it. Okay, and then we have more of the Moth Girl and the Butterfly Fairies. I am working on their designs. They exist in my head and have been for some time. So I was working more on that, but I won't get into it that much. The Butterfly Girl, she's so pretty. I like that one. And then I drew them in some dresses that I found on Pinterest because what else do you do? And this, I really like this one. I think this one's very pretty. Oh, and now the animal drawings continue. that doesn't look good. Well, ignore that one. And I really like this one. I think that one's really neat. I think I also like that one. And then we have, this is a foal, I think. Is that called a foal? And a donkey. My throat is not keeping up. Poo-poo. Oh, we have more Shillian. Look at him. And a little weasel Shillian. That's actually really, really cute. That one's cute. That one's alright. We have more dogs. I had a lot of fun drawing dogs because there's so many. I'm not a dog person. I'm more of a cat person, or fish, or rodents for that matter. But I think dogs are interesting because, like, just look at this one. Just like all of the layers of fur, but then like the tiny lanky legs that almost look like hoofs in this drawing. I like drawing that. It's very great. These are some 30-second drawings. 30-second figures. They're not good because they're 30 seconds. And then I have a couple more here, and I'll show those later as well. So we have the 30 seconds there, and I was like, that's so much fun. But if I do 30 seconds, then the sketchbook is going to be filled up very, very quickly. And even though that's kind of not really the goal, but like you are striving for that, right? I didn't want it to all be 30-second drawings. So we have more. These are with a really thick pen, actually. But they're just, I like that one. I think that one's neat. I think they're not really bad. I don't know, for 30 seconds. Pretty funny. It was really fun to do. I also have these from the same session, I think. These might have even been before those. These are just in pencil, you can barely see them, but these are also 30 seconds. So they're just very, very, very quick. Just like kind of trying to get gesture down, but I'm not very good at them. And these appear to be 1 minute. A pen, so just kind of freehanding. For 1 minute, they're really not that bad. Oh, it's falling apart. This is like, I always think it's interesting, like I put a page between 2 pages of graphite when I draw like on the other side because it transfers. And then at the end, if you use the same one for each sketchbook, I always keep them with the sketchbook because I think it's interesting. This one is not very clear, you can't really discern any lines. Oh, there's a portrait here. I don't know if you can see that, sort of a ghost. But I always like that. I like keeping them. Rapunzel. These were definitely drawn from memory, except for that one, I think. And that's embarrassing to say. Ooh, I forgot about this. I wanted to make like a full illustration of this, or like at least like a full digital doodle. But I was driving cycling home from work just as it was getting dark, and it was raining pretty badly, and I just put in my earphones and just pressed play, and No Ordinary Girl from H2O Just Water started playing, and it was so funny to me. And then right after that it played Unwritten from Natasha, I don't know her name, and I was like, that's also fitting, so that's funny. Oh, and then these were definitely Pinterest or something. These are Pinterest as well, probably. Just some girls in really awkward poses, to be honest. This one, I wanted to use some color again. Kind of did the same as with the Miku with like the scribbling. I just scribbled with color pencil, but I kind of have a hard time. I like this one, that one's very cute. I kind of have a hard time with color pencil because I don't know why actually. Like I barely erase, so it's not that the fact that it's not erasable is what is bothering me, but I don't know. But this was really cute. It's also Pinterest. More scribbly, I think. We have some more Pinterest girls, and I focus like on hatching in the hair, so that's kind of nice. This is a sketch that I drew during class, probably, and I don't know why it's here. I forgot to suck it in. Then we have another scribbly Miku because it's genuinely so much fun to draw. If you want to draw her too, because I somehow convinced you, please by all means go ahead and show me if you do. We have more Howl because he is so pretty and I love drawing him. Also, no, this one wasn't drawn during class. This was drawn during like a break I took from editing or whatever. Howl, yes, I love him. And this one was also drawn at my desk. We are almost at the end. And here I started really getting into like frilly things. That one's nice. Frilly things because of Howl also mostly. And I was like, who more would wear stuff like that? Because my Pinterest was full of it. Like frilly blouses and just like black pants. And I was like, Kaya would definitely wear that. So I drew him in that. I would like to do that digitally as well. So I drew him again there, and then it was like, Singcho would definitely wear that as well. I don't know why I give him O-legs. Please don't ask, please don't ask. I used to draw Singcho so much, and I miss him because I never draw him again. Oh, and then we have some cats. This is almost the end. I really like that one. I think that one's really, really neat. And then that one I like. That one's cute, that one's cute, that one's cute. They're all cute. This one kind of looks like an old man. I don't like that very much. We have more cats. That one is really nice. These are all honestly pretty. Okay, that one's kind of weird, but like the top ones are all very nice. I like them. I like how it's just like with this one, it's just kind of like a face floating in there and then just the outlines. I think stylization like that is very fun. Oh, that was it. It says thank you. I used to write goodbye, but then at the end of the sketchbooks, but then I started writing thank you because I like that more. I like thanking the sketchbook for being with me and just like housing all my art. So I drew myself sitting on the ground. And then here we have another Kuvana from the period because I just thought that was so cute. Like you have all of them here and then she's just like running, trying to catch up. I thought that was hilarious and really funny. And that's it. That's the sketchbook. I kind of like the sketchbook. It was nice. It made me like fall in love with just sketching, even though I didn't really like the spiral bounds and the like paper was gridded, but that kind of just like took some of the pressure away because there was sort of almost something on the page already, and you could just add to that. It is however very small. I didn't really realize it. I unconsciously realized it, subconsciously realized it as I was drawing it, but it's just like barely the size of my hand, and it made it very hard to fit a composition in there because it's just kind of tiny and you fill the page very, very quickly. But then there's the spiral and it's in a way and it's not a spread. So yeah, I have my next sketchbook. I will show that. Where is it? There. I have this one that I bought in the Rijksmuseum in Amsterdam. I've had it for a couple years. I'm already on a third almost, which is crazy. I went through this really quickly. But I'm really excited to start a Talents sketchbook again because my very, very first sketchbook, or at least sketchbook number 1, was a Talents, and since then I haven't actually used one, and so far I really like it. I love the paper, it's very good. So yeah, I'm very excited to work more in this. I'm sketching a lot. I'm kind of trying to see if I could be able to finish it before school starts again, which is in like a little bit less than a month. So then it would be very quick. But if I do 1 or 2 spreads a day, then I should be able to do it. So that's that. But that's the next sketchbook. Probably sketchbook 27. We'll see. But this was about sketch. I'm so done with talking. Sketchbook 26, I really hope that you enjoyed coming along the sketchbook. It was a lot of sketches, I know that's just what the sketchbook was, but I had so much fun in it, and I think it really just like, it made me realize how much I love sketching, and I just spend hours in it every day. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed as well. Let me know what sketchbook you're working on, what kind of sketchbook it is. If you like spiral bounds, please let me know and tell me why. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye bye!